Let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw. We've got unfinished business. Shaw's sister took something from me. A virus that could wipe out half the population, and I want it back.
Hello. This is Adolf. I have with me Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And today we're reviewing the Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. As always, we'll talk about the 3D element first. Now, I did not watch this movie. Jake, you watched it. Tell me how you thought of the 3D aspect of this film.
It completely blowed. That's because Universal at the last minute decided to pull the 3D version from theaters. I haven't heard of anybody who's been able to see this in 3D in the United States. And to add insult to injury, the ads promoting the 3D movie are still running. And the credits of the movie have all the 3D credits in the movie.
So, we were going to do a review. I mean, Jake was going to watch this movie in 3D, and we're going to get the tickets for it, but when it's not available, we can't do it. And it's not available where I live either. And from what I've heard, a lot of parts of the world, it's not available. This might be an Asian market thing, like some other movies. I think the Mockingjay, the Hunger Games movies were in 3D for some reason, and they weren't in 3D here. I think there's some other ones that are like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Some of the other Fast and Furious movies they've done that with. And sometimes these come out. The remake of RoboCop was that way, and sometimes these get a home video release somewhere in the world, and sometimes they don't.
So, you texted me about this earlier in the morning because I just put up the 3D releases for August, and you're the one that told me about this movie being in 3D, and I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, we talked about it on the show, and like, all right, it's now a 3D movie. The final trailer had 3D in there. The poster had it on there. And it's like, all right, it's a 3D movie now. I don't know why they didn't mention it. And now that we actually try to go buy tickets for it, nope.
Yeah, I mean, I figured this was the same situation as with the movie Need for Speed. It was a rushed 4-month conversion, and they managed to get it out in theaters. And they literally didn't start running ads for the 3D version until the week of the movie release. And it was a pretty good conversion. Not great, pretty good. But it was still did poorly enough that they didn't give it a U.S. release. So you're going to have to hit foreign U.S. listeners if they want to see this. They're going to have to hit foreign markets to find the discs.
And one of our big fans said that he couldn't find it, and he lives in Malaysia, and a lot of 3D movies that are not released here are there. So it's a mystery. And I looked on Reddit, and I did see a post from Cha Church 2. I'm going to call you out. Saying he's a theater GM, did not mention the theater chain. He said that Universal decided to nix its 3D after the tickets went on sale. It was a big kerfuffle, and they had to refund people's tickets who already actually bought it previously. So no 3D. So literally, they got the word that probably the day it was going to release or something. And so there's a story behind this that we don't know right now that probably going to be pretty interesting.
Oh, I figure someday somebody's going to make a movie about the making of Fast and Furious movies, because I've never seen one, and other than this one, have no interest in probably ever seeing another one. Except I would see a sequel to this. But mainly because the social media drama about these movies is probably more awesome than the movies could ever be, and you can experience that for free. I mean, it seems like everybody who's in a movie with Vin Diesel where he has dialogue more than I am Groot seems to just trigger some of the most outlandish social media fights of the ages. Just saying.
Now, speaking about social media, I did go on Twitter and comment at Universal, at Fast and Furious, at Hobbs and Shaw, at Dwayne Johnson, where's the 3D? And no response, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really find Universal. I tried to look on their website for press contact, and I couldn't find it. Maybe I didn't look hard enough. But I'm going to assume they're not going to want to talk about this one way or another. They're probably told, shut up about the 3D and just move on. So that's what I'm going to assume. Like I said before, there's probably a story here. There might be a lawsuit coming, that the people that worked on the 3D are probably going to be really pissed that most people are not going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen about this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stereo D, they're going to be pissed. Yeah, right now Dwayne Johnson's the king of 3D movies. This would have been his 12th 3D movie.
And this would have been something that would have looked good in 3D too. I saw the trailers for it and I was like, this should be in 3D. And it would be really fun and ridiculous. And
I saw trailers in 3D.
Oh, yeah?
It looked incredible.
So, I guess for the 3D section of this review, we got nothing. We just got, us complaining about not being able to watch it. And, that's just all we could do.
Yeah, I feel extremely ripped off, cheated.
So we're not going to have a written review on the website. This podcast, we're going to split it into two. So this 3D section would be its own little podcast, and then the actual movie section would be its own little podcast. So, that way you could all listen. But I just want to make sure people are aware, what's going on here with the 3D section, quote unquote. So that's going to be it for this 3D section of the Hobbs and Shaw 3D movie review. And we'll come back to you and do a podcast on the movie itself. All right, before this podcast ends, I want to give a thank you to my patrons. Right now, we have one patron, which is David from Spain, and I want to thank you for your financial support. All right, so that's going to be it for this podcast.
We now have a Patreon, and the link is in the description. Thanks for watching.
And we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, a little bit everywhere. Just look for us 3D or 2D. And of course, review us on iTunes. And if you want to write us a letter, our email address is email3dortwo d@gmail.com. So that's going to be it. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.